Hello vlog. Today is Sunday and I'm actually planning to reorganize my bookshelves, or at least one of my shelves. I'm not entirely sure. Reason being is I still have this pile of books that you lovely people got me for my birthday / Christmas, and so they need to find room on my shelf or shelves, and as of right now there's not really a spot. So we gotta do a little switcheroos. And additionally, I have these books, which one my mom got me, and then this pile is actually from Whitney. She got me the hardcover of Red, White, and Royal Blue, hardcover of the original Shadow and Bone, and then Ruin and Rising special collector's edition, because I decided I wanted to like have my full collection, and now I do. And she also got me this ARC, which I was not expecting, but she was sent it and it wasn't really her thing. All I know is that it involves teen pregnancy, which is one of the things I like to read about for some reason, so she sent it to me because she's lovely like that. So I want to do that, and while I do that, I think I'm going to put on an audiobook. I have a few from Audible that I had to get at one point when I had unknowingly racked up some credits thinking I had canceled it, but I hadn't. I think I'm going to listen to Elton John's memoir biography. I don't really know what it's classified as, but I love Elton John and I'm really excited to listen to this. I'm pretty sure he narrates it. Yeah, I think it's between him and Taron Egerton, who actually portrayed him in Rocket Man. Before I start that though, I wanted to tell you guys about the book I started last night physically. It's an ARC, so I don't have like a physical copy of it. I got it from a lovely NetGalley, but it is The Kissing Game by Marie Hart. Now, I went into this just thinking it sounded good. It's about sort of stoic German man, big burly guy, gets into fights, has an auto body shop that he runs, which in the description of this, they're like, he's that tall, dark, and handsome. And I'm like, he's literally blonde and white and just not any of those things, but okay. And then the other character is Rena, who has been working at this bar that Axel, that's the guy's name, he always goes to. She is leaving that bar and opening the salon that she always wanted to open. But for like a year now, Axel has always like seen Rena and like been into her, and Rena has also been into him, but neither one of them made a move. He kind of like intimidated her, and he's just this guy that doesn't know about romance, and Rena's super into romance. She loves romance books, all that stuff. And so on her last day at the bar, he confronts her and is like, I would like to go out with you. And they come up with this thing where he's like, if I kiss you and you're not able to resist me, then you have to go on a date with me. Like, they bet, because betting's a big part of this like thing too. And she was like, bet. That's sort of how it starts out, and that's kind of how it was pitched, and I was like, that sounds so cute. What I didn't know is that this is clearly set in a world where there's been a lot of other books already, because they keep mentioning these families and like connections that Rena has mostly, and then people that work in Axel's body shop, and how like all these people are in this Seattle area, they know each other, and there's just a lot of history that's obviously here. And at first I was like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter, this is about these two characters. But they keep involving the other people, and it's like getting hard to like keep track of who is who and what is what. So that's a little rough. Wish this would have been pitched as more like, you should read these other books before reading this, otherwise I wouldn't have requested it, but there was no indication of that. And even if you look at the author's other works compared to this one, like, they don't look like they would be similar at all, because all of her other ones is like your stereotypical like people on the cover, like very much like books by like L. Kennedy and other stuff like that would look like. And also I went into this being like, it would be really diverse because the female character is black, and I thought that would be like a big part of it. The way she describes like this family situation and their races, kind of like, I'm very confused on like what other people's ethnicities are, and it's not like the biggest deal, like I don't need to know, but if you're going to kind of claim that your book is diverse and try to have these diverse characters, I feel like it should be a point that you talk about it and go into that background. So I'm not hating it, I am kind of enjoying it at points. At points I'm confused, at points I'm just, it's like I don't need to be confused, but I'm still like, I just wish this was pitched differently. I do enjoy the characters so far. I think Axel's like, he's like that buff, grumpy dude that is also like kind of like a teddy bear on the inside, but like you wouldn't know it, and he doesn't kind of show it either. Like it's only for like the people that like he loves. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. That's what I'm physically reading, but like I said, I'm gonna put on the audiobook, do my shelf. I'm going to start with this one. I think this one's gonna be the most like rearranged because I don't know what's gonna go on up here. I have like half Lee Bardugo and then my Alexandra Bracken books. Hunger Games is normally there. I have one of my spare copies in the back, but it's over there because I just took them out for a video. Yeah, but here's the kind of before. I don't know if I'm gonna, I guess I could try to set it up over here for like a, you know, a shot where I'm moving around. What's that called? A freeze, nope, not a freeze frame, a time lapse. That's the word for it. I don't know, I'll try to do that. If not, here's the before. Get ready for the after. So it's Monday now. This is how my bookshelf ended up turning out, in case you were wondering. I think she looks pretty good. That one has not changed. I didn't even put the freaking standalone books onto it. Love that. I just read a little more of The Kissing Game. I think my last update I said that I was enjoying it. Like, I had problems, but it was like enjoyable. And I don't know who that bitch was because I don't know if I genuinely was in a different mood when I started this book or if something just switched here, but the chapter that I picked up on from where I left off was just not good. It's gotten so cheesy and just so, I don't even know, like the writing is not good. There's really no like angst or like a substantial conflict between the characters that makes like their romance or their attempted romance interesting. Like it's so boring and I don't like anything that has been happening. I'm tempted to DNF it. I don't know if I will or not because I kind of want to like just finish it because I am like halfway through. I think I can finish it decently fast. But yeah, I don't know the me that said that I liked it because it is not good. And I genuinely don't know what happened. It might be because it's like, it's focusing more on the two characters and like they're not as intertwined with their like respective families and friends and like all of that I said, which is what I thought I wanted. But when you took that away, it suddenly just got so bad. So yeah, it's not going good. It's not a good time, but on the upside, I am enjoying the Elton John autobiography so far. I didn't get super far into that, but I did get into it enough to realize that I think it's actually read more by Taron Egerton than Elton John. Not sure what the creative choice for that was. I don't mind it. I like Taron's voice and it's cool because he did portray him in the movie. Maybe they didn't like Elton's voice for an audiobook. Or maybe he didn't want to read it. I have no idea. He was on tour. Was he on tour when this was being recorded? Because maybe that's it. Maybe he didn't like have time to lend his voice. Regardless, I'm enjoying it. I think it's really cool to compare with the movie because there are like things that like you would kind of see in it, but like this gives you a more expanded look and probably a more factual look since movies do tend to, you know, dramatize a little bit. But yeah, that's my night. I don't want to read that book anymore tonight, so I think I'm just going to watch YouTube and then go to bed because it's after midnight already.
It would be a nice way of representing her, but in a subtle way. Nothing crazy like a portrait of her on my bicep, like some people do of their grandparents. Anyway,
is she crazy?
On your own tattoo. One that I admire greatly for its beauty and expressiveness. Bindy's name, or music, is I feel rather obvious. I simply want to formally plead my case. Thank you for providing your time to listen to my argument.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, friends. Last night I finished The Kissing Game. I gave this 1 star. I absolutely hated it. I'm very surprised that I even finished it. It was just bad. The characters were one-dimensional. The writing was bad. It was so cheesy. There was no angst or really build-up between the characters, romance-wise or otherwise. I didn't really feel any chemistry between them. It did talk about like racism and one of the characters dealt with it because one of the characters is black, but it was done in such a way that it just felt like a side plot for the main love interest guy to want to defend his woman, and it was all just very cartoonish, like a very, very bad Lifetime movie. I don't even have the energy to talk about it because it was just so blah. Also not surprised that the author is a white woman, so that's probably why the racism was so like, it was just this like very obvious, like, I don't know how to describe it without someone having read it to like understand what I mean. It really just seemed like a plot that was like thrown in rather than something that was thought about. The only good aspect of this book were the stray cat and dog. Loved them, loved their work. So yeah, I would obviously not recommend this to anyone. And like I said, it's definitely a book that's in a world where this author has written other books. So there's all these like minor characters who clearly, if you've read all this author's books, you would know, but I did not know, and there's no indication that this is a book set in a world, you know? Also, I can very much tell that the marketing team is trying to sell this as something that it's not. The cover is the like kind of cutesy sort of style it's in right now. All of the author's other books are like very not that style whatsoever. The description makes it sound like something that's gonna be angsty and fun, and you know, the kissing game and all of this. The like game part of it was a good 5% of the book, and I just feel like overall the description like is a lie. Like this whole marketed aspect of this book is a lie. Don't believe it. Don't read this. It was bad. And not even the bad where it's like I was laughing or like enjoying the bad part. Like it was just bad. I am a good of the way through the Elton John book. I'm really enjoying that one. I'm really liking when Elton talks about his relationship with other celebrities like Rod Stewart and John Lennon, and hearing about his struggle with drug addiction. The letter that he writes to cocaine, like a goodbye letter, had me so emo, and just all the loss that he's gone through in his life. And oh my god, I love Elton John so much. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today because again, Super Bowl Sunday, obviously I'm gonna be watching that. It's already like 3:30. If I sit down and listen to it right now, I could probably finish it because I don't have that much left. But tonight I want to watch one of the Oscar nominated movies. The Oscars are next Sunday. I have 5 movies to watch still. I always do this. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna get on early, I'm gonna have the movies watched, and then I wait till like the last week to watch the majority of them. I feel like I'll probably watch Parasite just because that's the one that I'm most looking forward to. I think I'm really gonna like it. Kansas City won, and that's who I was rooting for. Good Super Bowl. Hi friends, so I am editing this and I realized that I never filmed an outro clip. I ended up giving Elton John's autobiography 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was raw and heartwarming and funny, and it made me emotional, and it was just really well written. And I love Elton John, and I think if you love him, that you will love this book. If you don't know anything about Elton John but you're interested, highly recommend it. And highly recommend Rocket Man, the movie, because ugh, snubbed by the Oscars. Snubbed. Okay, this vlog was all over the place, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.